Today I will talk to you about the 7 mistakes you can avoid when buying a property in Italy. Dealing with Italians means to be able to go with the flow. For many people, buying a property in Italy is a dream. But I have seen that dream turn into real stress, legal issues, and expensive regrets, all because of a few avoidable mistakes. So if you're curious to know how you can avoid these 7 mistakes, keep watching. So Italy is not just bricks and walls and a roof. Italy is lifestyle, it is beauty, and it is legacy. And let me tell you, if you're buying a property here in Italy, you're not just investing, you are buying a piece of Italy. And that's exactly the reason why mistakes hurt. Not only financially, but also emotionally. So let's go to mistake number 1. Trusting the wrong people. Many foreign customers think that everyone who is involved in the buying process is working in their interest. But that is not always the case, unfortunately, here in Italy. So in luxury real estate especially, it is more important who you trust, sometimes even more important than what you actually are going to buy in the end. The second mistake is falling in love with the property before checking the reality. A sea view, a historic facade, Tuscany, all these things can of course make you fall in love, but behind the beauty, a legal status of the property may tell a completely different story. So make sure you have all the information you need before you fall in love with the property. So for example, if cadastral or any other urban compliance are not correct, then this dream property can really quickly turn into a nightmare.
So how do you avoid these issues? The best thing is to have a very competent realtor by your side who speaks your language and who can give you all the information, the complete information on the property. So your realtor should not only be able to speak your own language, but should also be fluent in Italian and have the right contacts, for example, with surveyors, in order to get all the necessary documents. Especially in Tuscany, it is mandatory to pay a surveyor in order to give you a technical evaluation in order to be able to buy the property. This evaluation, you will have to present it to the notary before you will be even able to buy the property.
Mistake number 3 would be that you believe that the asking price represents value. So when you confuse the asking price with the actual value of the property, that can be a huge mistake. So luxury listings in Italy are known to reflect emotion and not value. That means that foreign buyers are expected to pay a higher price, especially if they're not able to communicate either with the property agent or with the owner of the property that they are going to buy in Italian. And that is why you need professional expertise and a professional luxury real estate agent. Foreign buyers are expected to pay more, and many of them also do, especially because they do not have the right property agent to help them with the entire buying process. I'm here to tell you that true luxury is not overpaying. True luxury is paying the right amount for the right value, which means true luxury is buying well. So mistake number 4 is that many of my international buyers assume that the process in Italy will be international. That is absolutely not true. The buying process in Italy is completely Italian. That's how much I can tell you. But each and every single situation is of course different. I can tell you there are different risks. There are different ways of getting where you want to get. So knowing the culture and how the entire process works is key in order to conclude what you actually want to conclude and buy.
So the Italian buying process can be tricky, and it is determined by several steps, like getting a codice fiscale, then you will make your purchasing offer and pay a deposit. You will have to wait for your offer to be accepted, and you might have to make a counter offer if it doesn't get accepted. And then the entire process of checking the documents and hiring a surveyor will start. This video is a bit too long in order to explain the entire process here, but if you're interested to know exactly the steps about the buying process in Italy, please leave me a comment and I will do an entire video only on the buying process in Italy.
So once you commit to buying in Italy, the consequences are very real, and you have to have a professional by your side in order to manage everything smoothly and not get into trouble. Mistake number 5 would be that you skip a very thorough due diligence. Due diligence is key in order to make the entire process a quality investment. Especially with luxury real estate in Italy, luxury problems are often invisible because historic buildings can be sometimes tricky to be bought because there are historic restrictions, building restrictions, shared access rights in order to get to the property, or somebody who has a right to pass. And also there can be hidden liabilities. These details very often do not show up in photos or videos, and that's why you need a person to tell you the truth, which is difficult sometimes to find in Italy, especially when you have a realtor that is only interested in selling you a property without thinking about the consequences. But you are the person who will have to deal with those consequences. And when you choose the wrong realtor, you will find yourself in those problems alone. And that's what you want to avoid. So the quality of the investment is absolutely determined by the due diligence you have done before investing. Mistake number 6 would be that you underestimate patience and time, or timing in general. Italy is known to reward patience. Dealing with Italians means to be able to go with the flow, and that is something you have to learn. It is not easy, and you need someone who can help you with that. Rushing the process in Italy always leads to compromise, and that's what you do not want. You do not want to regret any of your choices, so patience is key, and refined investments take time. Sempre, as Italians would say, chi va piano va sano e va lontano. Mistake number 7 would be paying emotionally and not strategically. What does that mean? Emotionally investing means that you are making a more aggressive offer, but emotions should shape your lifestyle, not your negotiation. The negotiation has to be a smooth process. It has to be accompanied by someone who can really represent your interests and your ideas, and you need to be represented by a person that can understand both your needs and what it needs for the seller to accept your offer. So I hope this video could give you some good ideas if you are thinking about buying a property in the next year. If you are an American buyer, German buyer, Swiss buyer, or UK buyer, I will be here to assist you with the entire process, and I will be happy to give you more information on the buying process. If you are thinking about buying a luxury property in Italy, or if you are thinking about making an important investment in 2026 in Italy, please book a call with me. I will be happy to assist you with your investment. So do not forget to subscribe to my channel. This really helps me to make more videos like this, and also to show you how I live in Italy, how life in Italy really is as an expat that lives here all year round. Please make sure to activate the notification bell and come back next week for another video. Ciao, alla prossima!